You know, and it's one thing I noticed with doing meditation, right, that starts to help me is I'm not just in the carriage of the roller coaster I'm on. I'm not just because usually I'm so attached to my own life. I'm like, oh, this is what. But if I do some meditation, even for a couple weeks, I'm start to have a little bit more separation from me and what I'm doing. So I'm like, oh, I do have a little bit more choice. I can see a little bit more how I'm behaving instead of just behaving. Like if you're always upset, if you're always anything, or if you feel like you are just constantly in response to some choices that you're making and you're like, fuck, I don't know what's going on. Meditation has always given me a little bit of a step back where it's like, oh, I'm not always just the guy sitting in the roller coaster car about to go on the ride. Now sometimes I'm the person waiting by the side of it, like I'm the conductor a little.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, interesting. God.
Roller coaster is a great way to describe it, man. To me, the more terrifying than the roller coaster itself is when you look at the person controlling the roller coaster. And then imagine, like, what if that person was controlling subways in New York? Would you feel okay about that? But the roller coaster is probably more dangerous than a subway.
Totally.
It's like it shouldn't even work. It's like using weird physics. They hired a roller coaster architect. They could afford him for a couple of weeks, threw something together, and then they just let like a 17-year-old on like synthetic marijuana for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Control that fucking thing.
Yeah. And then, And then that kid, he lobbies to get a DJ there at the same time, like for the ride, right? Like they're like, we could spend more money on safety. And he's like, no way, dude.
No.
We need my boy Ricky right here to spin his tables on the side.
That's right. And they have insurance. So they're just like, look, I'm paying a shit ton of money for roller coaster insurance. If someone gets hurt, they get fucking hurt. We're getting a DJ. We're covered legally.
This is the rhythm of the night. Oh.